Matilda Wirtavuori crowned Miss Finland, prepares for Miss Universe in Mexico. MP Anna Kontula urges for rational policy making over emotional reactions. Finnish government budget cuts hit workers in research, education, and arts. Young Finns embrace micro-savings method for effortless financial growth. Matilda Wirtavuori, 24 years old, was crowned Miss Finland Miss Suomi on Saturday night. She holds a master's degree in business and is an entrepreneur from Tampere. In an interview after her coronation, Wirtavuori expressed heartfelt thanks to her family and all those who supported her throughout her journey. Wirtavuori will represent Finland at the Miss Universe competition in Mexico, and she is confident about her chances of winning, vowing to bring glory to Finland. Earlier, Wirtavuori shared her battle with an eating disorder, having suffered from anorexia nervosa at the age of 17. After recovering, she found new confidence and strength and is determined to help others facing similar issues. Tier Alto and Amanda Harkarlax were awarded first and second runner-up, respectively. According to Suneva Shogren, CEO of Finartist, physical beauty is not the main criterion in this competition. Contestants are judged based on their personal qualities, values, and missions. Modern Miss Finland has changed from the past when physical appearance was the top factor. Today, the competition emphasizes confidence, professionalism, and the contestants' ability to represent Finland. Miss Finland is not just a beauty contest, but a celebration of values and personal qualities. Anna Kontula, a Finnish Left Alliance MP, believes that policies should be based on reason rather than emotion. She criticizes modern Finnish society for being overly emotional in decision-making, especially in dealing with crises like climate change. According to her, instead of addressing issues at their root, people tend to focus on soothing emotions. Kontula believes that the current economic model will clash with natural limits, necessitating a change in resource management. She argues that life isn't always smooth, and when facing difficulties, instead of focusing on emotions, we should find ways to overcome them. Anna Kontula plans to retire from politics in 2027 to focus on writing and studying social sciences. She hopes that through writing, she can have a greater influence on society than through politics. The Finnish government is implementing severe budget cuts, seriously affecting many workers. Maria Lartinen, Kais Larne Ermi, an accomplished researcher in archaeology and geology, was informed of her layoff via email despite years of dedication. She believes that cuts in research lack long-term vision. Mia Kaponen, who worked in public education, was also laid off and is struggling to find new employment, especially due to her reduced work capacity. Joel Teixeira Neves, a theater director, shared that the arts sector is facing a major crisis post-pandemic, and budget cuts are worsening the situation. He is now searching for jobs outside the industry to make ends meet. All three feel dissatisfied and worried about the negative impacts of the cuts. Young people have discovered a way to save money unconsciously through the micro-savings method. With each bank card transaction, a small amount of money is automatically transferred to a savings or investment account. These amounts are often small, sometimes just 50 cents, but accumulate over time. According to Op Bank, over 95% of the 300,000 users of this service are actively saving each month. Many are first-time investors and savers thanks to this method. The under 35 age group is especially fond of micro-savings, often transferring small amounts from daily purchases into savings or investment funds. This helps them build an emergency fund or save for personal goals like travel or big purchases. In Oulu, Finland, incidents of racism and harassment are on the rise, according to several immigrants. They feel the city has not done enough to address the issue, despite official statements. For example, last summer, there were 2 stabbings involving foreigners, suspected to be racially motivated. However, police data does not reflect an increase in racially related crimes or harassment. Immigrant Angelique Tuomivara said she has encountered various forms of discrimination, from being yelled at to having her language skills mocked. A woman shot dead in Tampere, Finland, was pregnant, according to reports from Arlibi and Iltalehti. Multiple independent sources confirmed this, but police have not officially commented. The shooting occurred on Thursday on Harmain Kartu, where the victim, a woman born in the 1980s, died. The suspect, a man of the same age, reportedly has a serious criminal record, according to police. At the time of the incident, the victim was with her child, and she was the mother of the baby. After the shooting, local residents placed flowers and candles at the scene. After the Chernobyl nuclear disaster in 1986, Finnish mushrooms still contain radioactive material from the incident. However, according to the Finnish Radiation and Nuclear Safety Authority, forest mushrooms are still safe to eat. Different types of mushrooms absorb radioactive cesium-137 at different rates. Sapi lovarvero, yellow-foot mushroom, absorbs more radiation than Cantar rarely, chanterelle, but the reason for this difference is not well understood. According to Sinikar Virartarinen from Finnish Radiation and Nuclear Safety Authority, factors such as the growing environment and the mycelium network might influence the level of radiation absorption. Although cesium levels in some mushrooms remain high, consuming them does not significantly increase annual radiation exposure. Simple methods like soaking or boiling can remove 80 to 90% of the cesium, ensuring the mushrooms are safe to eat. Mikar Husernen, a resident of Sonkajärvi, Finland, had a bountiful autumn harvest, collecting up to 400 liters of lingonberries per day. As a professional forager, Husernen shared tips for a successful harvest. He emphasized the importance of choosing good locations and using maps to find moist areas where lingonberries thrive. He encourages people to harvest quickly before winter arrives, as the berries will become soft and spoil. Although lingonberries are hard to sell, Husernen still loves foraging and enjoys trips into the forest. Most of his harvest is sold privately, and he donates a portion to the elderly. Therian is a term used to describe people who feel deeply connected to animals. Masha, Taimi, and Fair, 3 11-year-olds, say they feel like animals and often practice quadrobics, moving on all fours like animals. This is not just play but a way for them to explore themselves through empathy with animals. Their parents support their interest, believing it's a creative activity that helps develop motor skills. Some children even feel they are truly animals in certain moments. According to psychologists, such play can help children explore and understand their identity. However, it's important to ensure Therian behavior is monitored, so children can distinguish between the imaginary animal world and reality. In the past year, 2 incidents of dog poisoning have been linked to how dry food and chew bones, resulting in vet bills totaling hundreds of euros for pet owners. Many have contacted insurance companies about compensation. According to Ari Jantunen, head of claims at Larhi Tarpi Olar Kenu Koili Mar, pet health insurance covers treatment costs, including cases of poisoning, though owners still have to pay a deductible. If the poisoning is severe enough to result in euthanizing the dog's value may be covered by life insurance. Siniku Zarlar from Pohi Olar said that if the poisoning is related to a defective product, the manufacturer would be liable for compensation once a specific investigation is completed. Kitu Kran in Rauma is Finland's narrowest street, measuring just over 2.5 meters wide at certain points. Built during the medieval era when horses were the primary means of transport, Kitu Kran has been recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Today, driving through the street is prohibited, but once a year, mini car enthusiasts are allowed to drive through. The small, colorful minis bring joy to Raumar's residents. Despite the old narrow roads, Raumar has modernized with upgrades like a drainage system to protect against the effects of climate change. New roads are designed not only for cars but also with attention to pedestrians, cyclists, and green areas to reduce stormwater. According to Professor Han Nair Lerkorer Honen from the Finnish Meteorological Institute, climate change will result in longer summers and shorter winters in Finland in the future. The average temperature in Finland has already risen by more than 2 degrees Celsius, faster than the global average. This leads to more extreme weather events, such as heavy rainfall, droughts, and rising sea levels, especially in the southern coastal areas. These changes require people to adapt and better prepare, particularly in protecting health and infrastructure.